Not Slick Boy here. Andrew Tate is right about everything he's ever said about women, and it's time to put anyone who doubts otherwise in their place.
Because I will state right now that I am absolutely sexist and I'm absolutely a misogynist. And I have fuck you money and you can't take it away. So I'll say what I want. Because I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist.
Andrew Tate is a beast, and if you disagree, you're just a moron and you need to shut up right now. It's time for you to start hitting the gym and stop complaining about his points, because he's right in everything he says, and he gives great advice on how to be a hustler. For any of you idiots who don't recognize him, Andrew Tate is a world-famous kickboxer, and he has so much money, and he's been showing people how to make that money too. And he's had some very important points about women.
So a woman can't go around fucking people and pretend it's the same as a man running around fucking people. It's absolutely not the same. A man can only cheat if he loves someone else. If I have a woman who I truly love and I go out and fuck and I come back to her and I don't care about her and I only love my girl, that's not cheating. That's exercise. If she even talks to a dude, it's cheating. Because females are emotionally invested. I have no emotional investment. So no, I'm making this very, very clear. Any woman who was with me never even, the only men they spoke to besides me were my brother, and the guys online.
He's exactly right in this clip. If you're a woman and you're not giving all your attention to your man, you're not being a proper woman. If I come home from a day of work, I better see your mom twerking on the table and showing appreciation for what I do, or I'm just gonna hit up a sino that knows how to properly treat a man. He even gives the perfect advice on how to approach your wife when you're in the mood.
Slap, grab, choke, shut up bitch, sex.
Now Andrew Tate is an incredible man and a true role model for many people in society, but like all people, he has a dark side he keeps hidden from most of the population, and I figured I'd show it to the world. He says the most sus things out of nowhere, and it makes many people uncomfortable because we all know he always gets what he wants.
Long, cold, lonely night. She's saying, I don't care if you're a rocket scientist. I don't care if you're a businessman. I don't care how successful you are. I don't care about nothing. I need dick. Because if I'm kept warm, dicked right, on a long, cold, lonely night, any night. Basically, I'm a hoe, I need dick. That's all I'm interested in.
Now I'm nearly 95% sure he was paid a large sum of money to make this statement to the world, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense that he would suddenly say that. He has said multiple times in other videos that he's interested in women, because they are just good breeding material to be used to make children and provide for a family. He even had an important talk with a room full of women where he taught them their place in society as breeders for men, and that their purpose was to provide for their men instead of doing silly things like focus on their own careers.
A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give a second, don't give a solitary shit. So and when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself, and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy?
He speaks the truth in this clip. Do women actually think they'll be happy getting money on their own and being solo? They already are so emotional, and they really think they're going to break that glass ceiling? Come on now, we both know that's impossible, because a man made it for them in the first place. They need to be more realistic and settle down for providing for their man so they can benefit society and populate the earth as they should.
I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids, blah, blah, blah. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a room, a whole room full with maybe 70 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable?
Listen, woman, if you're not a grandma getting her cheeks clapped to produce a room full of descendants one day, you're not being a proper woman, and it's time for you to get involved in that. Stop trying to be independent. We both know that you need a man in your life to survive anyways.
That nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No, you had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And if you sit here and genuinely think that you're going to work your ass off through your fertile years, and by the age of 54, you're not going to be suicidal alone with a cat, then you're dumb.
Look at that female on the left as he delivers the truth straight to her puny brain. She needed to be taught that her place in life wasn't to serve her career. She needed to use that time wisely and serve her man instead. It's the woman's duty to provide for the man's needs, and if you're not doing enough for your man, you deserve to be cheated on, let's be honest. Before we go, I wanted to share this last bit of wisdom that Andrew Tate has blessed us with on how to properly handle your kids as they grow up.
My job to instill the same warrior spirit in my offspring. I will not have sons who are too busy buying NFTs and saying, oh, I made a little bit of money, and have skinny little arms and go to crypto conventions and be dorks. I will not have nerds
as children. I refuse to have a nerd carry the name Tate. If my son is a nerd, one of us has to die, him or me, and I'll challenge him to mortal combat.
Jesus Christ.
See how that female on the right was just so blown away by that sheer, bold statement that he made. This just goes to show that if you're into NFTs, you're probably a little pussy. The next time you see someone trying to criticize Andrew Tate, you shake your finger at him and say, hey, listen you big old bitch, you hit the gym and improve yourself instead of being a little pussy. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video.